Thank you for joining me. Um, so far, I've done some videos on ascendants, on planets. I want to talk about aspects today, and this is a quite massive subject, so I'm going to touch on it today. But I've had some people ask me, are you going to teach astrology? Well, I think I probably will. I've kind of thinking about doing a Patreon page now, and I need to get the material together. It'll be for the people who want to do astrology for themselves and get to know what to do. And obviously, if they want to progress with that, that's fine too. I'm going to do it at a really, really reasonable price because studying astrology has cost me thousands. It's been so expensive. And it's been really tough because it's so much harder than you think. There's so much involved. But anyway, we have 9 planets. Well, we're going to talk about the first 7. So we're not going to talk about Rahu, Ketu, North Node and South Node of the Moon. Just the 7 planets. All planets aspect. And by aspect, it means they influence. They influence 7 houses away. All of them. So if the sun is sitting in your first house, it will influence your 7th house. If the moon is doing the same, it will do the same. All the way through to Saturn, they all do that. So you can just say that a planet then obviously sitting in the 7th house will aspect the ascendant. If it's sitting in the 10th house, it's aspecting the 4th house. If it's sitting in the 2nd house, it's aspecting the 8th, 3rd house, the 9th, 5th house, the 11th, 6th house, the 12th, and so forth. So that's how it goes. They will influence that house. Clearly, if there's a planet sitting there, they will also aspect that planet and influence that planet. So this is why when people ask questions like, I have this, what does that mean? It can mean so many things. It's quite difficult for an astrologer to just be able to just say that. So it's very difficult. It's a very, it kind of doesn't really give us a full picture of anything. So it's the answer that you're going to get is just like literally very, very surface, if you like. But then we have Saturn, Mars and Jupiter. They have special aspects as well as their 7th aspect. So Mars aspects 4 houses away, 7 houses away and 8 houses away. And remember in Vedic astrology or in any astrology, you always count the first house as well in with it. So 4 houses from your ascendant will be the house that ascendant is in, which is your first house, then the 2nd after that, the 3rd and the 4th. So if you have sun in the ascendant, it will be the ascendant where the sun is, first house, and then you count the 2nd, 3rd and 4th house. So always include the first house as well. Saturn aspects 3rd house away from it, 7th house from it, and 10th house from it. Jupiter aspects 5th house from it, 7th house from it, and 9th house from it. So this is what the planets do. Now the nodes aspect, because remember, although we call it North and South nodes, Rahu, Ketu, it's actually one thing. So if Rahu is sitting in your first, Ketu will be in your 7th. So they both aspect in kind of, they're both impacting the 1st and 7th anyway, really. But the aspect of Rahu and Ketu is always 5 houses and 9 houses. So they will impact that. So they play little tricks on the house that they're sitting in and the 5th and 9th from them as well. So that's those. That's the aspects. Clearly, what you want to see is like when planets aspect their own house, a house that they own, that makes that house and that indications very strong. For example, if Sun is in Aquarius. Sun doesn't do well in Aquarius. However, what Sun does, because obviously the reason being is because Sun is not friendly to Rahu and it's not friendly to Saturn, who own Aquarius. However, from there, it's given its 7th aspect to Leo. So it makes Leo very strong. So this is a really good thing to look at, because people are so stuck on seeing things that are really negative. They don't see the positive in anything. And I'll give you a couple of more examples. If Jupiter is sitting in Scorpio, from there with his 5th aspect, is aspecting Pisces, so it's protecting Pisces. If Mars is sitting in Leo, from there with his 4th aspect, it's aspecting Scorpio, so it's kind of looking after Scorpio. If Mars is say if Mars is in Virgo, with his 8th aspect is aspecting Aries, so it's protecting Aries. If Moon is sitting in Capricorn, it's aspecting Cancer, so it's protecting Cancer. If Venus is in Scorpio, it's aspecting Taurus, so it's looking after Taurus, and so forth. That's how it goes. So I want you to sort of realise that protection really, really helps. Nodes, although we say that, you know, they're co-ruled, they don't really protect I don't find that at all, because I think once they do aspect, but they do kind of, they're little tricksters, so you don't want to sort of think about them looking after a house. They don't really. So that's it. That's a really quick, but it's quite an effective one. So try this technique, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you for watching.